My office now.
You know, the city's been having a real tough time as of recent, and so is the water plant because of that. So I'm afraid to do this to you, but we're gonna have to let you go.
Ken, I've given everything to this company.
I mean, I know you've been putting in good work. You're a good worker, but you're at least tenured employee, and you're just the first off the chopping block. That's the
Give
way
me
it is.
one more chance.
I'm sorry, I can't. Like, this is we have to meet budget requirements. I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm sorry.
Is it about the mints?
You can't be eating all the mints. You know that.
Fine.
I know they're good. You can't be eating all of them though.
You're gonna regret this.
They think they can fire me? Who do they think they are? I wonder how they'll feel about their decision when they realize I still have all of the passwords to their databases. Maybe I'll just change the levels of all the chemicals in the facility, and then we'll see how well they do without my help.
What's going on? I gotta tell the boss.
Boss, you need to see this.
I know it's really bad.
The chemical levels in the water, they changed. I don't know how it happened.
Oh, this is really bad. We should have invested more in our cybersecurity.
Don't end up like these guys.
And cybersecurity is only half the solution.
We have to build up our systems with CIE principles.
Always know who has access to what systems.
So that you can prepare for these kinds of attacks.
And don't add on cybersecurity later. Make it a priority now.
Sodium hydroxide is an inorganic strong base that is widely used for pH adjustment. It is used in water treatment for pH adjustment and precipitation of metals. While in small doses, sodium hydroxide balances drinking water, in high levels it becomes toxic.
You could have release of metals from your pipes because you're changing some of the pH. You could have lead or copper or manganese type things that come out of the water. You could have disinfection byproducts, or maybe the disinfectant isn't going to work as well. So if the pH is at a different level, your chlorine might not be as effective. So there's lots of interesting kind of, I'll say, side effects that can occur from having some of these chemicals get out of range.
Ingesting can be poisonous, but even coming into contact can severely irritate and burn skin and cause eye damage. Inhaling its fumes can create a buildup of fluid in the lungs and cause medical emergencies. Since the remote shift in 2020 from COVID-19, water treatment systems also increased in remote work. Chemicals that adjust pH levels and clarity of water, such as sodium hydroxide, can now be adjusted remotely.
That's why I mentioned early on that physical security is just as important as cybersecurity to us, because there are locations and panels and stuff that you can get into some of the controls to have access, physically as well as remote.
This leaves the system vulnerable to hacking, however, and not enough systems have been put in place to keep our water safe. Engineers at the University of Pittsburgh are attempting to tackle this problem using new cyber-informed engineering, or CIE, principles. This means they are looking into the actual engineering of these water systems and how they can be made safer from hacking instead of adding an extra layer of firewalls or cybersecurity protocols onto existing systems.
CIE, or Cyber-Informed Engineering, is a set of principles that ensure the integration of cybersecurity into the design of cyber-physical systems from the very beginning. Unlike traditional methods that add security controls after system design, CIE involves system or design engineers and technicians in creating secure systems from the ground up. This proactive approach helps eliminate potential cyber threats early on by engineering controls and design choices. When looking at water treatment plant security, this is especially important. In this attack, we looked at how insider access to software and remote access are potential risks that came from creating security controls and engineering separately. In total, there are 12 primary CIE principles. Now, continuing our examination of this water treatment example, think about which of these principles applies best. Engineered controls. This is making sure that we are designing our infrastructure to reduce the risk or damage of a potential attack. Think of things like role-based access or two-factor authentication. Next is design simplification, which is exactly how it sounds, figuring out what features in a system are not absolutely necessary to achieve its critical function. This involves looking for non-essential software or services and conducting regular audits and assessments, making sure that nothing is redundant. Then there's active defense, which is being proactive in your system's defense by having threat detection and real-time alerts. This is key in detecting unusual activities or anomalies in your system. This also applies to setting up predefined procedures where you can define clear and structured steps for responding to different cyber attacks. And interdependency evaluation is key in looking at our case of a water treatment facility and assessing it against other essential infrastructure systems. Maintaining an awareness of water distribution networks and public health and safety, for example, help us understand the implications of a compromised system. Digital asset awareness involves understanding the managed digital assets such as software systems, data repositories, and network infrastructure to enhance cybersecurity resilience and operational reliability. And a water treatment facility, this can enhance visibility and control over critical processes. Plan resilience will help you think about the ways you could be preparing and ensuring for a continued operation despite potential cyber threats or compromises to digital systems. Conducting threat modeling exercises, assessing potential operational and safety impacts, and deploying backup systems and fail-safe mechanisms can help ensure a system's essential functions withstand cyber threats. Lastly, we have engineering information control. When looking at an attack like this, it is incredibly important to make sure knowledge is managed in a way that makes sense. System documentation and classification plays a big role in protecting things like sensitive engineering information. Additionally, regular password updates and encryption play a part in minimizing the risk of data breaches. Now that we have explored how CIE principles applied in real-world scenarios, it's time for you to pause this video and participate in the 2 laboratory exercises provided designed to expand your understanding of these concepts.